night, we're searching for the light. Cut through all the stories they whisper in the night.
Nigeria electoral process is becoming more and more complex, and if you think that 2027 general election is all about going to vote or getting your PVC, then you are in for a big ride. There are always events preceding every election cycle, and the event that precedes an election cycle will determine how that election is going to be. There are a series of events that have been happening leading to the 2027 general election. This event didn't just start happening this year. They started happening from the very first day Bola Tinubu was sworn into office. But before we get into all of these events that have been happening, let us talk about the one that happened recently. On Saturday, August 16, there was a by-election that was conducted in 13 states of the Federation to fill 16 vacant positions. Elections are like a litmus test that are used to test the credibility of INEC. The 2023 general election proved INEC not to be a very trustworthy organization because of the way and manner that election was handled. The 2023 general election was riddled with controversies, violence, electoral malpractice, and otherwise. So INEC was tasked with the responsibility of proving her credibility in subsequent election. We've had off-cycle election after the 2023 general election, and these elections were done in Kogi State, Ondo State, Edo State, Imo State, and Anambra State is coming in November. INEC have equally faltered in these elections. The by-election that was done in 13 states of the Federation was actually a bigger litmus test to test INEC credibility in handling subsequent election in this country. And the people that experienced that election did not give a good tale about that election. That election was riddled with violence, rigging, a dangerous trend creeping into our political landscape that will destabilize our politics is vote buying. The level of vote buying that was experienced in Saturday's election was so brazen. It was of higher proportion. It is such that we have never seen or experienced in the history of our country before. They are trying to normalize it, but we must do everything possible to purge this out of our political system. Before we continue, let me read you what Mr. Tinubu said about this vote buying. He encouraged Nigerians to go out, register, get their PVC to vote out incompetent government. But he didn't stop there. He added this: let us know this. Those who buy votes are not offering you charity. They only invest in their own corruption. They buy votes so that they can buy their way into our treasury to steal public money. When they get into that office, they will loot the funds that should have been used to build schools, hospitals, or provide good jobs. Such people are not leaders. They are criminals in disguise. They are no better than killers, armed robbers, and kidnappers because they commit the same crime of destruction. To those who sell their vote, you are not just selling an election. You are selling the very opportunities that will have lifted you and your family out of poverty. You are selling the schools that your children should have attended, the hospitals that should save your loved ones, and the jobs that would have given you dignity and a better life. Those who buy your vote are only buying it to make a profit from the seat of power, not to serve you. The power to change this country is in your hands. The looters will only loot when you will give them the opportunity. Your vote counts. If it doesn't, they will not be desperately buying that vote. Every Nigerian must rise and take responsibility for building the nation that we dream of. You need to understand that the key component of every country is the citizen, not the government. The citizen form the government. So if the citizen is good, the government will be good. Our government, our politicians, they are the true reflection of the Nigerian citizens. Every government understands their citizen. They give to their citizen what their citizen deserves and want. Nigerians keep crying that they need a working society, a working country. They need good governance. But what they keep getting in return is bad government. The reason is because they, Nigerians, decide to vote in bad politicians. Take for instance the 2015 presidential elections. Many Nigerians were saying that even if it is a NEPA bill certificate that President Muhammadu Buhari presents, they will still vote for him. They choose a man with a NEPA bill certificate ahead of someone with a PhD certificate. The disparity in leadership qualities between President Goodluck Jonathan and late President Muhammadu Buhari is so wide, you can't compare the both of them. During Goodluck Jonathan tenure, Nigeria was rated the third fastest growing economy in the world, but we never experienced that under President Muhammadu Buhari. Under late President Muhammadu Buhari administration, Nigeria economy collapsed. During the 2023 presidential election, Nigerians were being warned not to vote in President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So many reasons were given for that. For instance, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a tax collector. His administration as a Lagos state governor was all about tax. He taxed people to death in order to raise the IGRO of Lagos. Nigerians were warned that if you vote in Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he's going to replicate the same across the federation. They were equally warned that Bola Ahmed Tinubu is power hungry, that once he gets in there, he will try to consolidate power and destroy all the institutions in this country. They were equally warned that due to Bola Ahmed Tinubu's age, he has passed his prime, he is frail, does not have the vigor and vitality to rule a multi-complex country like Nigeria. Tinubu equally shows signs of all of this as he avoided every debate, every town hall meeting, was not scrutinized, made no promises to Nigerians, but some persons defended the reasons why they were voting him. They said they don't need his body, all they need is his mind. Now he's the president and he's giving them what he has in his mind. What Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing currently is deliberate sabotage of the economy. They want the people to be perpetually poor. They are deliberately making the purchasing power of the people to reduce. He said that he's going to reduce the purchasing power of Nigerians and will widen the tax net. They are deliberately increasing the rate of poverty in Nigeria. They are yet to create any job for the teeming youth. They are doing all of this because they have a game plan. To them, everything is all about election and politics. They don't care about governance. They know that what happened in 2023 will not repeat itself again in 2027. They are not going to have INEC glitch in 2027 the same way they had it in 2023. They are going to use Nigerians to rig the 2027 general election, and they've already started it. What they did in the by-election and in the off-cycle election is what they are going to do in the 2027 general election. And what are they going to do? They are going to buy your vote. Those of you that experienced the Edo State election, you saw what happened. There was massive vote buying. For the record, vote buying is an electoral offense. It's against INEC Electoral Act. That is the reason why the EFCC were present at the polling unit on Saturday to arrest people that were buying votes. And they caught people with millions of naira trying to buy the votes of the people. But that will not solve it because the EFCC is an arm of the federal government. And it is the federal government that is enabling vote buying. They created the situation for vote buying to occur. They made the people poor. They made the purchasing power of the people to be reduced. They increased inflation. They increased hunger in the land. So when these things are available, the people will willingly sell their vote. For instance, there are reports that as of Saturday, people were selling their vote for as much as 20,000 naira. Imagine buying a vote of one person for 20,000 naira. Do you sit down to think the amount of money that was spent in buying that vote? You that is selling your vote, I am sure some of you listening to me, you sold your vote on Saturday. Did you sit down to calculate the amount of money that was spent in buying of votes of people on Saturday? Where do you think they get that money from? How do you think they are going to recover that money? Are you thinking that money does not belong to them? These are public funds that should have been channeled into key critical infrastructures that will make your life better. They are using it to buy your vote. After using that money to buy your vote, they will definitely recover every dime they spent in buying your vote when they get into power. You and I can attest to the fact that Nigeria is not where it ought to be. Nigeria is not functioning very well. We are lacking so many things in this country, not because we lack a revenue problem, but because we lack management problem. The government is neglecting our own need because they are stockpiling money. Let me give you an instance. One of the most critical things that Nigerians need currently is food, security, and power. But the government is deliberately ignoring these areas. They don't want to invest in this area because they know that if they invest in this area, they are empowering the people. Now, this is what the government is doing. They are investing in areas that will not directly or immediately affect the life of the people. For instance, the government is building a Lagos-Calabar coastal highway that will cost 15 trillion naira. The completion of this project is estimated to be 20 years. You are building a 15 trillion naira Lagos-Calabar coastal highway when the people are hungry, when the people are facing insecurity, when there is no power. That aside, the government has budgeted 700 billion naira for the renovation of the Lagos International Airport. You are using 700 billion to renovate the Lagos International Airport? How many Nigerians fly by airport? How many Nigerians will that airport affect their life positively? Imagine using 700 billion naira to renovate the major roads in this country. Imagine how it will impact on the life of Nigerians. They understand this. but they will not want to impact your life, because impacting your life will give you a clear picture of what good governance is all about. We are not talking about the 3 trillion naira they've budgeted to renovate the third mainland bridge. 3 trillion naira, invest it in the power sector and see how our power generation and distribution will increase. An improved power sector will improve our economy. An improved economy will affect the life of every Nigerian positively. You are budgeting 3 trillion naira from third mainland bridge, whereas we are having epileptic power supply. It is only in Bola Tinubu administration that we are hearing of the grid collapsing. That grid is collapsing because it is old. It needs to be upgraded. They will not invest in it. They will not invest in food security so that you will not have food to eat. They will not invest in security so that you will not have security. The reason for all of this is to create an illusion of want in your mind, so that when you are given a paltry 10,000, 20,000 naira, you will willingly sell your vote. How much will 20,000 naira do for you? Some persons as far back were selling their vote for 5,000 naira. They understand this very well. That is what they are going to use in 2027 to rig themselves into power. That is the reason why you are seeing your governors endorsing the president, telling you the president is the best thing after sliced bread, telling you that they have received more allocation. How have that allocation been able to affect your life? They are going to use your state governors to buy your vote. That was the template they tested in the by-election. They want to see how successful and effective it is. And unfortunately, Nigerians made it very easy for them. Nigerians showed them that, okay, yeah, we are ready. Come and buy our vote. We want to sell our vote. And they were selling their vote for as much as 20,000 naira. I was even shocked to hear that Anambra State was even involved in vote buying. This is the first time I'm hearing this. This is going to get into every state in the federation and it will become a norm. The same way election violence, thuggery has become a norm in our politics. That is the same way vote buying is going to become a norm in our politics. Do you know the grave danger this is? After spending billions in campaign, they will now spend billions in buying vote. How do you think they are going to work for you after spending all these billions? As much as we are criticizing our politicians, the Nigerian citizens must also take up their responsibility. They are the ones that are enabling this bad government. They are the ones enabling this election rigging, thuggery, violence, and vote buying. If you refuse to sell your vote, nobody is going to do anything to you. It is your call. If you want a good functional society, you must be the one to build it. You must enable the politicians and give them the direction of the way to go. If not, our country will keep going to the wolves. In 2014, Nigeria was rated the biggest economy in Africa, the third fastest growing economy in the world. Look at where we are today. We have lost our position as the biggest economy in Africa. Our economy has tanked, inflation has skyrocketed, poverty has increased, our debt profile has gone up. It is getting worse. The only way to reverse this is when the citizens come together and say, no, enough is enough. And enough is enough means saying no to vote buying. Enough is enough means you will not aid any politicians in rigging election. Enough is enough means that you must resist any attempt to allow them to rig themselves into office. Vote out bad government and vote in only people you can hold accountable. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.